What up, y'all? It's your man, D Real. Welcome to another session of Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. And I will be edutaining you today on the different ages of comics. What do I mean by that? I'm going to get to it in a second. But before I do, what I'm going to need y'all to do is comment, like, subscribe to the Be Real with D Real page, and share. Y'all need to share this. I've noticed that you guys are indeed sharing, especially my new subscribers who I want to give shouts out to. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Keep rocking with me. I will keep trying to bring y'all the quality material that y'all want to see. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Anywho, it has come to my attention that the different ages of comics are, along with the nature of comics, expanding. So I want to give y'all a brief rundown, brief understanding of the different ages. And what I say is the ages of comics are defined much in the different ages of man, where you had the dark ages, you had the bronze age, you had the copper age, you had the iron age, and then you had, that kind of thing. And they were characterized by man's ability to become more industrious and utilize different materials for different things. Now, with comics, there was what was known as a BC era initially, and that was before comics. Wink, see how that works there? And that was when comic books were printed on pulp paper, and they were more like a magazine than a comic. And then comics were also comic strips largely that you had to find in the Sunday paper or the weekly paper, the funny papers, as they called them. And those were where, you saw characters like the Phantom, Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, Tarzan, those kinds of characters. The iconic super characters, well, not super, but not as super, but they were more adventure and sci-fi characters rather than superpower. And that was mainly what was characterized by the Platinum Age. The Golden Age, Platinum Age ran from around about, and these numbers will be kind of ballpark, but the Platinum Age or the BC Age ran from around 1898. Yes, comics and comic writing and comic strips have been around that long. 1898 to about 1935. That was followed by the Golden Age, which we all know so well. Most of the characters that we came to know that have become iconic, that are household names, your Superman, your Batmans, your Wonder Woman, Captain America, Namor, all came about in the Golden Age. The first superhero team, the Justice Society, also came about in the Golden Age. And the Golden Age ran from about 1936, which was when Superman debuted, to about 1956, which is about when the Senate hearings started to begin about comic books causing juvenile delinquency. And this was further exacerbated by a man named Frederick Wortham, a psychologist who wrote a book called Seduction of the Innocent, where he implied that these comic books did this very thing, caused juvenile delinquency. He was the first person, I believe, to make the implication publicly that Batman and Robin were gay, because why else would a young boy live with a grown millionaire and sleep in the same bed? Yeah, there are pictures of Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson sleeping in the same bed. Oh dearie my. And because of this, comics had to be dumbed down. They had to be dumbed down, and things started happening like Superman and Batman. They got married off and had kids, and Wonder Woman married Steve Trevor, and it was just that kind of blah, blah, blah type of dynamic. But Golden Age, like I said, was 36 to about 56. But then in 57, we saw the Silver Age. What kicked off the Silver Age? Comic book Showcase #4, which gave us our modern day Flash, Barry Allen. Now, a lot of characters, there was a Flash, there was a Green Lantern, there was a Hawkman, there was an Atom. All four of those characters were reimagined in the atomic age, which was the 50s, where you had flying saucers and atomic bombs and that kind of a thing. So, like I said, Flash got a redo or reimagining, however you want to look at it. New individual was the Flash. New individual was Green Lantern. Green Lantern and Hawkman basically became interplanetary cops. And the Atom, instead of being a boxer, became a scientist who could shrink itself down to microscopic size. Eventually, these characters caused a resurgence of the Golden Age DC characters, such as Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and they were made cool again. And the majority of these heroes, a lot of them got together in a comic book called The Brave and the Bold, and they formed the iconic superhero team that we know as the Justice League. Not to be outdone over at Marvel, well, timely, they just recently became Marvel. Young fella by the name of Stan Lee decided he was about to quit because he had been doing comics since the 40s. And he was about to quit. And his wife told him, make one more comic, do it how you want to do it. And my man did the Fantastic Four. Bam, instant hit. From there, we got Spider-Man. From there, we got the X-Men. We got the Hulk. We got Thor. We eventually got the Avengers. All of the characters you know and love and are watching in movies and Netflix specials, for the most part, were born of the Silver Age, which ran from about 1957 to about 1970. '70 saw the Bronze Age. The Bronze Age was more a kind of fruition of characters and the blossoming and building of their universes to the point where the universes became so convoluted and overloaded and redundant that the company, at least DC anyway, had to do a restart in 1985, and they came out with a limited series called Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they redefined all of these heroes who were all on different planets, and they, boom, condensed those planets and made them into one Earth, and all of the characters on those different planets were on this Earth. Marvel, on the other hand, they were telling real stories. And these real stories had gotten so deep, and the mythology of various characters had developed and matured and grew, that it was like, okay, hey, Peter Parker can't be a teenager forever. Peter Parker can't be a college student forever. And these were the struggles that they continued to deal with. And so in let's say about 86 to 2000, we saw an age called the Copper Age. A lot of people don't acknowledge the Copper Age. We call it the Modern Age, but there are two more ages, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. The Copper Age was basically the rise of anti-heroes. You saw people like the Punisher become more popular. You saw people like Wolverine become more popular. Heroes who weren't afraid to kill were all the norm. This was also a time where we saw a lot of sexual exploitation and hypersexuality in female characters, big breasts, butts, thighs, skimpy outfits. That's all was going on in the 90s. You had Lady Death, you had Vampirella, you had Purgatory, you had Dawn. Man, I could go on and on. I mean, it was a fanboys fantasy come true. And then in about 2000, we saw what is known as the Iron Age. Copper Age, 85 to 2000. Then the Iron Age was 2000 to about 2008. We started retconning things in the 2000s. Marvel decided to retcon things once or twice. DC started retconning things, and these retcons led to the Steel Age in 2008, which led to what? More retcons. We are still in the process of retconning things in the big companies. You know, also, little footnote, the Copper Age gave way to independence, places like Mirage Studios, where you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then a lot of artists broke off from Marvel and decided to become their own independent company where they retained their own copyrights and their own trademarks, Image Comics. And they're rocking to this very day with amazing titles like Bitterroot and Invincible, and of course, The Walking Dead. So that's what you got. You got platinum, golden, silver, bronze, copper, iron, and we are currently in the Steel Age. What'd you think? Did you like that quick little update? And if you think it's a little bit off, let me know how you think it should be, and get ready, because that's going to be a debate, because a lot of people think a lot of different things about different eras. As always, comment, like, subscribe to the Be Real with D Real page. I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good.